great success.
Thank you. I call the member for Budrum.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I rise today to place on the record my deepest condolences to the family and friends of two great Queenslanders who tragically passed recently. The first is Budrum great Mr Ken O'Flaherty. UK-born, Ken and his wife Lois made the life-changing decision to bring their young family to Queensland 53 years ago in 1973. They arrived at South Brisbane Station on the 26th of January, where they were greeted by bands playing, crowds cheering and flags waving. Ken assumed it was a welcome just for them, and he only later discovered that it was Australia Day, but it became a story that Ken loved to tell and a moment that marked the beginning of his deep affection for this country and for the community that he'd go on to serve so wholeheartedly. Ken's love for Australia grew quickly, and with it came a strong call to service. He became a stalwart of our community in Budrum, contributing to countless organisations across my electorate. He was the patron of the Budrum Historical Society, Budrum Rotary, Bloomhill and the Budrum Foundation and the local men's shed. And most notably, he served as the president of the Budrum War Memorial Community Association, first in 2007 and again in 2019 to 2021. His commitment to civic life also saw him stand as a candidate for local government in 2008. Ken's service extended far beyond committee meetings, however. He was the founder, photographer, manager, occasional journalist and driving force behind the much-respected community newspaper, the Budrum Chronicle, which kept our community informed from 1997 to 2020. And it celebrated the people, the stories, the things that make Budrum great. Ken's contribution to our community in Budrum extends far beyond what I can do justice to tonight here in this short tribute to him. He'll be keenly missed, and on behalf of our community, I want to pay tribute to Ken, and I know his legacy will live on as our community honours his life. The second great Queenslander I want to pay tribute to tonight was my friend Brigadier George Mansford AM, who passed away in Cairns on the 19th of February. Warrie George was a legend in the Australian Army. He served in Korea, Malaya, Vietnam, and he became the standard by which young soldiers and young officers sought to aspire to in the Army. He came and spoke to young officers at the Royal Military College. He founded what's called the Battle School in the jungle in Tully, and he was a man who lived the uniquely Australian value of mateship, and everything George did was about making the Australian Army better. I got to know George really well in my time in the 51st Battalion, the Far North Queensland Regiment, a unit that George said was the best unit in the Army, and I don't have time to swap some of the stories. I remember George telling stories about tanks crushing a defensive pitch that soldiers were inside just to make sure they'd done their vetting properly, and the odd occasional artillery battery that were off the books. George will be laid to rest next week in Cairns. On behalf of my family and the infantrymen I serve with, Vale George Mansford.
Thank you, Minister. I call the member for Greenslopes.